Now, we all know that photography is essential to e-commerce sites. But what if I told you that a certain type of imagery could really increase conversion rates? It can answer client objections, it can show ease of use, and probably most importantly, it can make the user imagine owning your product. Now, that is the power of something called contextual photography. Let me explain. Now, we all know this, that most photography just shows off the product. It might show it from a few different angles, and that's kind of all you're going to get. Now, I want to keep this video really short and punchy so that we can get to the kind of value as quickly as possible. So I'm going to keep this focused on examples. So let's pretend for a second we're all going to go camping, so we need to buy some tents, right? So I've got this one loaded up here, and this is kind of a classic style of what we do, right? Is, you know, it's a fairly high cost for this particular one that's here. The showing the imagery is selling the, you know, the feeling of owning it in that nice view that's up here. And then the photography sort of shows it off. So it's not bad photography by any stretch of the imagination, right? It's still really good quality. You know, they've gone to the effort of cutting it all out. We are zooming in on certain features. We're showing that it folds down. So we are doing a little bit here. They've even got some little videos down here, right? So we are doing a little bit. Now, this is standard, I would say. It's still very well done, don't get me wrong, but this is where contextual photography can come in. Now, let me just switch over to a different example. Now, we won't get into the, you know, is this a nicer looking site or not? We're not worrying about the layout for now. I'm just focusing on the use of the imagery and the video that they've got on here. And one big difference on what Tentbox do is they contextualize everything that they're doing by just giving them little headings, little snapshots, even just captions to explain it, you know, ready in seconds, and then that contextualizes what's happening in the video. You know, I can click through onto here to explain, you know, you can have your skylight at the top and the storage pockets at the bottom. Imagery like this is brilliant to just kind of highlight, you know, this is the number of people can fit in it, how long it takes to set up. But all of these, just, you know, park it and pop it. It just allows you to imagine how beneficial that could be. The fact it fits almost every vehicle. Yes, the imagery without that title would still do a bit of that, but we're just making it crystal clear to the user the expectation of what we're trying to do here. And again, I can click through every single one of them. I'm not going to, but you know, it just makes it so easy. Even just looking at some of these, easy mount onto standard roof bars. Like, that image on its own is a great image. Whether it sells it quite as well without that caption on there is probably a key one. Now, this might seem like a really simple idea, but I bet now if you go look at most sites, 90% of them don't do this. They will just show off the image on its own, even if it's great quality, but they don't contextualize it with any kind of writing on there or a caption. So look through your own site. Easy ways to add most e-commerce stores, you know, Shopify, WooCommerce, CraftCommerce will all have the ability for you to add in a caption. So you don't even need to necessarily in the short term to test this out, re-go through all the imagery and add it into there. I'd like you to do that eventually to make it look nicer, but even just short term, add in a caption, it will make a huge difference to it. Now, if you did find this useful, please give me a little like. If you liked it even more, maybe subscribe. And I'm trying to keep this video nice and short for you. Have a great day, guys. Thanks.